Yo, we live and we back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. It is your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, here today bringing you another edition of the starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel, alright? And y'all know what it is we got up first for y'all, man. It's the lineup review. So while we doing the review, man, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel, man. Go on and hit the subscribe button for me joining in, man. Turn your notification bell on so you know when the video drops every day, alright? Now, let's get into this breakdown, man. Last night was a wild night, low scoring night. I tell you one thing, it definitely wasn't a good night for sports betting. It was a lot of blowouts, a lot of upsets, man. A lot of the underdogs winning last night, so definitely a rough night. Sports betting, DFS was okay for us, a little double up. I just played two lineups yesterday as I had a lot going on yesterday afternoon. Couldn't do my normal dive in, so I just did two lineups. My best lineup was in the $40 single entry right here. We came in 74th place. Put up 266, man. So let's get into this breakdown. If you caught the updated starting five I posted on Twitter yesterday, you know I went with Goran Dragic, Tyrese Halliburton, Tim Hardaway Jr., Marcus Morris Sr., and Nikola Jokic. All right. Now, like I said, the story last night was just blowouts and just blowouts really, and underdogs winning, man. It really put a pause on the night. Like I said, it was a low scoring night. A lot of the chalk missed because they didn't get enough run as expected. But at the top, we went with Goran Dragic. Once we got the news that Hero and Nunn was out, we figured Dragic would be in line to start and see solid minutes in this matchup against the Bulls. I thought it was a good game. As Dragic had a nice price on him at 5,000. He came in at 28% on. He gave us 31 DK points, right at 6x, man. Very solid from him. He got the job done on a low-scoring night like tonight. All right, coming in as shooting guard, I went Tyrese Halliburton. Knew he'd be a little chalky, but getting a start in this matchup against the Dallas Mavericks, it was one of the higher total games on your slate. You knew he was going to be locked in for the minutes. Came in right at 34% ownership. Gave us 42 DK points, man. Solid. And another over 6x performer right here. Very solid from Tyrese Halliburton. Definitely got us to the money tonight at this price tag. Now my small forward, Tim Hardaway Jr., definitely knew he was going to be chalk. I ain't expecting him to be 50% on chalk, but at 4,300 in the starting lineup with no Porzingis in this great matchup with the Sacramento Kings right here. Like I said, one of the highest total slates on the game. We knew this fast-paced game should be a lot of shots, and that should attribute to Tim Hardaway Jr. having a bigger fantasy performance. He got the shot volume we need. He took 20 shots, just didn't shoot that great from the field. He was 8 of 20 from the field, 19 real-life points. As we know, that's never a good sign when he doesn't shoot all that well, because all he does is score. He doesn't really give you peripherals, but got us right at 25 DK points, just okay, right at 6x, so I can't be too mad at it, but definitely expect a little more from him. But at 50% ownership, that was okay. My power forward, I went Marcus Morris Sr. A case of a blowout hurting us right here, as surprisingly the Pelicans just stomped all over the Clippers. We got Marcus Morris at a beautiful 9% ownership. I knew he'd be kind of low on. It was tons of pay down options tonight. I knew tonight you was gonna see a lot of bills with Hernan Gomez, Gafford, and like Westbrook and Luka and things of that nature. So we didn't want to go that route, as the paydown spots was at the big. So we wanted to go to Marcus Morris, as we knew the Clippers had an up-paced matchup against the Pelicans. We got him at 9% ownership, like I said, right at 31 DK points. Just okay, as he only played 26 minutes, though. This game was well in hand in the fourth quarter, and him and PG, they really rested PG tonight. I know PG hurt a lot of people, man. He didn't get any fourth quarter closing run as the Pelicans had this game in hand. That really hurt his performance. He really could have pushed to about 40 fantasy points had he got some closing run, had this game been competitive. And then rounding out the lineup, just wanted to go to Jokic. I knew you always pretty much gonna need at least one pay up option. You know what I mean? For the most part, you can always get different and win it, but it always helps, especially in single entry, to have at least one pay up option. Jokic with the pay up option I wanted going against the Memphis Grizzlies at 36% ownership, 54 DK points. Just a solid performance from at his price tag. Just another case of a blowout. He didn't get any closing run either, as the Denver Nuggets had this game well in hand too. So that hurt his ceiling type performance right here. Finishing up the lineup, I got Jordan Clarkson in here, a guy I knew that would be low on, and the Jazz were in a good pace-up spot against a lackluster defense in the Timberwolves. Jordan Clarkson hasn't really shot that well. We figured that maybe he could get turned around in this game, but we was wrong. He still didn't score that much, only 13 real-life points here. But he contributed with 8 assists tonight and a couple of steals that helped him out a little bit. Gave us 34 DK points. Just okay, but yeah, I mean, didn't kill us, didn't help us either. Then we wanted to go to the odds down, hands-on favorite chalk of the night, Cheddar Osmond. Just wanted to throw him in here. He came in at 85% on over here in the $40 single entry. Solid performance out of him, man. 26 DK points. You gotta love that. As he was another guy that was super cheap, 3,800. We knew he'd be high on, but I was okay getting a piece of him. You know, if y'all know me, y'all see my video. I don't mind getting guys as close to the minimum, and if I know they're gonna play. So I was all right throwing Cheddar Osmond going back to that well. He did okay for us right here. And then finish it out, man. Mason Plumlee. Like I said, just try to get different here at center. I knew it'll be a lot of people paying down to Hernan Gomez, paying down to Gafford. It was a lot of a couple of cheap center options tonight. And I knew that just going Plumlee would allow me to get different. Just another case of a blowout here. Plumlee only saw 22 minutes. We was hoping he could get 30 plus, man. We didn't see this blowout coming right here against the Hawks, but I knew just getting Plumlee would allow me to get different from some of those pay down options. And he's a guy with 50-point plus upside, man. He could have gave us 55, 50, anything like that in nature. Anything of that nature in this spot, we knew that would have set us miles ahead of the field, especially at 6% ownership. But in 22 minutes, he gave us 24 DK points. Very solid effort out of him. If he had gave us 30, 32 minutes, he would have had a much bigger performance. But we'll take it. Like I said, we finished in the money. Can't be mad at that. Let's get on to tomorrow's slate and see what we got cooking for y'all, all right? Tomorrow, man, we got a nice 6-gamer, right? The perfect size. 6 and 7 games are like the perfect size slates to me, man. I love those type slates. It's gonna be a bunch of news again. We already got some news, so let's get into it and see what we like rolling with. At point guard, I want to go right back to my boy D'Angelo Russell. If you saw the video yesterday, you know I was on him. We played him in our other lineup, but that lineup wasn't constructed too well around him, as that lineup didn't cash. But we went to him yesterday. He gave us a great performance, 50 plus out of him, and we get him coming back tonight. Hopefully there's no load management, anything like that, with it being the second night of a back-to-back. But if he's going to be in line for 30 plus minutes again in a great spot against Houston, this is going to be the fantasy game tomorrow. This Minnesota-Houston game, that's the game everybody's going to want to get to for fantasy plays, value, all of that. And I want to take a look at D'Angelo Russell right here. Price dropped $100 on him. Of course, he's going to be a little more chalky tomorrow, with it being a 6-game slate, and with him having that monster performance tonight. Everybody's going to want to run to him tomorrow, but I'm okay getting there as long as the ownership doesn't get too out of hand. I'm going to love him in this spot right here. Coming in at shooting guard, Kevin Porter Jr. should be back in the lineup today. We know it's no John Wall. You know what that means. Kevin Porter's running the show. He's going to be the point guard, man. More uses, more shots from him. I love this matchup. I love this game environment. I'm telling you, it's going to be the fantasy game du jour tomorrow. Everybody's going to be here. There's going to be tons of plays in here, especially with no John Wall. I like getting to Kevin Porter Jr. He's going to garner some ownership too. Just another guy. I hope it doesn't get too crazy, but I'm definitely going to play him in some spots regardless. Small forward, another guy that's going to draw some ownership, Jaylen Brown. But you just got to look at him tomorrow. No Kemba Walker, no Jason Tatum. It's going to be his show tomorrow. They're going to lean on him. Marcus Smart probably for a little scoring. Evan Fournier might move into the starting lineup to give him more offensive punch. But Jaylen Brown is going to be the man. He's going to get all the shots he wants. That added with his opportunities for peripherals, he has a chance to be a monster play tomorrow. I'm definitely liking Jaylen Brown tomorrow. Coming in at power forward, the guy I want to look at, PJ Washington, my boy. Been very solid. We played him on Sunday. Slady won us some money. And if you've seen any of my videos talking about PJ before, you know I've said it a couple of times. PJ Washington starting at center is a far better fantasy play than him at power forward or anything else, man. He just miles better when he's starting at the center spot. So if he's gonna start at the center spot tomorrow and continue to see 36 plus minutes, he done saw 38 and 37 the last 2 games. So if he's gonna get to start at center, that's the key part of this. And that means he should be in line to see 36 plus minutes again. Hopefully, if this game is close and doesn't get out of hand, I'm definitely gonna have some interest in PJ Washington. Price tag is $6,800. I'd like for it to be a little lower, but I'm okay with it, man. I have no problem getting PJ Washington tomorrow. And then riding out that center, man, Jusuf Nurkic, $6,800. I told you just keep playing them until the price gets to the 8Ks, things of that nature. To the low 8Ks, you can just keep locking Nurkic in. Should be in line for 30 plus minutes starting. No Miles Turner down there. No Sabonis. Batadze may be back. It doesn't matter. Jakar said they don't have a body for him. He should just dominate and demolish down low tomorrow. Get you some new Jusuf Nurkic, one of my favorite plays again tomorrow on the slate, man. So there you have it, my starting 5 for DraftKings: D'Angelo Russell, Kevin Porter Jr., Jaylen Brown, PJ Washington, and Jusuf Nurkic. Let's go take a look at FanDuel to see what I'm feeling over there. At the top, I want to look at Mr. Malcolm Brogdon, $8,500. Great matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers. Up-paced matchup. Y'all know I like taking point guards against the Trail Blazers. You getting Brogdon here with no Turner, no Sabonis. All the scoring and usage is going to fall on him and LeVert's shoulders again. I still like this price tag on him, $8,500. I think that's a little too cheap for him over here in this current role. Now with everybody back, he's appropriate price. But in his current role with no Sabonis, no Turner, things of that nature, I think he's a little underpriced right here. I like this price tag on him on FanDuel. Coming in at shooting guard, staying with my boy D'Angelo Russell. No need to break it down. If he's going, anticipating him seeing 30 plus minutes again, great matchup against the Houston Rockets right here. Just get you some D'Angelo Russell tomorrow. In small forward, my boy Kevin Porter Jr. It's a sale price over here, $5,600, man. That is going to be far too low for the role he has tomorrow. Just lock him in on FanDuel. The ownership going to be high. I don't care. Just put him in, get different somewhere else, man. $5,600, you can't beat that for the matchup and the role he's expected to have tomorrow. Get you some Kevin Porter Jr. Coming in at power forward, though, I want to look at Christian Wood in that same game. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be the game right here. As you can see, I got a little stack of it going right here on FanDuel. But Christian Wood, $7,700. It's going to be him and Kevin Porter. It's going to be their show tomorrow, man. He's a beast down there scoring. No John Wall means should be a few more shot attempts for Christian Wood. And as long as he has it going, he's an offensive weapon down there. You just hope he can be on the boards and give you a big rebounding game to go with those points. He's averaging about 25 points a game. He is a scoring big, so I'm definitely going to like him in a matchup that lends itself towards more scoring. So get you some Christian Wood tomorrow. And then coming in at center, finishing out the game stack, I want to look at Karl Anthony Towns, man, $9,700. He should just eat down now. Christian Wood's an offensive center, like I was just telling you, nowhere near a defensive guy. Karl Anthony Towns should have his way down low. At $9,700, he's probably my favorite play on FanDuel as it sits right now, man. I love this price tag on him, love the matchup. Get you some Karl Anthony Towns tomorrow. Alright, so there you have it, man. My starting five for FanDuel today: Malcolm Brogdon, D'Angelo Russell, Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood, and Karl Anthony Towns. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool, man. Hey, don't forget to go follow on Twitter so you can get the updated starting five as I posted about 30 minutes before lock. If you're not on Twitter, hey man, I can leave a comment in the YouTube video if you got any questions, anything like that. I probably come back, post it up under this video tomorrow too as well. And feel free to hit me up on Twitter, man. You can ask me any questions over there. I'm usually over there I respond as soon as I see them, if I'm able to, if I'm not at work or anything like that. But hey, that's gonna do it for us here tonight, man. Y'all know the motto: chances make champions. Y'all green up. I see y'all tomorrow. All right, let's go.